3:30. Again, we have a press conference coming up at 3:30 about that shooting on the south side.
Chopper 4 with power zoom overhead the scene here at Forest Home in Lincoln, where we are told an armed fugitive on the run from a U.S. Marshal was shot by the Marshal, taken away in critical condition. Milwaukee police also on the scene, more to secure it than anything else, because the shooting is actually something the U.S. Marshal has to investigate because it was their officers. We now have a news conference underway. Let's head down the Milwaukee south side and listen in.
And I will not be taking any questions when I've completed my statement. Okay?
You begin by giving us your name.
Okay. My name is U.S. Marshal Kevin A. Carr. I'm the U.S. Marshal for the Eastern District of Wisconsin. With me is the District Attorney John Chisholm, and I'd like to describe what took place this afternoon. Earlier this afternoon, members of the U.S. Marshal's Warrant Task Force located an individual who was wanted on a federal warrant for failure to comply with supervised release conditions. When we located this subject, he was in a vehicle and he engaged in a short pursuit. After that short vehicle pursuit, he left his vehicle and started to run, and our officers gave chase, so there was a brief foot pursuit. During that foot pursuit, the subject revealed a weapon. Our officers engaged in fire with that subject. He was struck. He is in critical condition. He's been taken to a local hospital. He is not deceased. My officers are fine. This subject has a history of weapons violations and gang affiliations. That's all I have to say about this incident. Thank you.
Thank you, Marshal Carr. The U.S. Marshal Service has been completely cooperative. The primary investigation is being conducted by the Milwaukee Police Department. My investigators are on scene, and we're following our usual protocol as it relates to shooting scenes like this. We will provide as much information as soon as we possibly can, but this is still recent in the investigation, and there's a lot of work to be done. So we'll provide as much information as soon as we possibly can. Thank you.
Can anyone explain how many shots were fired? No.
And that was District Attorney John Chisholm. Also, you heard from someone with the U.S. Marshal's office not asking or answering any questions right now, just giving brief statements about what went down on the south side earlier this afternoon. We learned that the suspect shot by U.S. Marshals is now in critical condition. He has a history of weapons violations and gang affiliations.
Again, we've been following this story all afternoon. Chopper 4 is still overhead as Milwaukee police now do their investigation into this shooting between several U.S. Marshals and an armed fugitive on the run across Milwaukee's south side. We'll continue to follow this and update you as the afternoon continues. Right now, we'll send it to commercial break.